Hello, my name is Amanda Will. Today is March 8th, 2023. I just interviewed Ann Anderson. She talked about students in grades two, three, no, one, two, three, grades first, second, third, and then their conditions and the family dynamic, the school dynamic, barriers, advantages, rewards, challenges. The video actually ended before I could do the reflection part, due to the time from not having an upgraded Zoom. So this is the second part to it. The first question is, was there anything that surprised me? Um, yes, I have not had the chance to work with moderate severe children in that extent. I've done a Special Olympics before, which is so fun. Um, but to be a teacher in the classroom with students, I haven't had that experience. So just to hear her own experiences about leaving like the child that was born from like had the mother had used drugs and had the cleft palate and the eyes uneven, and how he wasn't able to talk, and it took her 2 years just for him to learn the word yes and no from different toys. um and about the other child who had cancer, and so a lot of the brain cells were um unfortunately like lost. And the mother had a third grade education, so she didn't want him to be smarter than him, possibly. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons, but for you to damage their academics and not to progress to the next level, it's just very surprising. I've never heard that before. The child that became an alcoholic at the age of 7, because all she would drink is just whatever she could find around the house because there was nothing there, which means the family or the mother or father was an alcoholic. It's I just can't like fathom that. These stories are just they honestly kind of break my heart to hear for these students that like there's no one that's like advocating for them before they're in school, I feel like. And then in school, you have special ed teachers that really advocate for them. And then I've also seen gen ed teachers where they don't understand, but I feel like it's more because they just don't have that experience. They're not with those children. They're not learning this in their education, possibly. The next question was, how will you use this information in your practice? I will use this information in my practice in many ways. The first and foremost is patience. I just got done with an IEP meeting today, and the father is a bit much. Anytime I talked, he would just cut me off. Just I don't know if he's had bad experiences before with his first child with the special ed department. I mean, they're new to the district, but after hearing these stories, it just really put it in perspective of I don't know what's going on at home. Maybe it has nothing to do with me. It could be just the fact that he's been burned in the past, and he's just going to make sure everything is all the dots are all the lines are everything's just ready. Everything's ready to go, and um that they're not there's no games being played, which I mean I do respect absolutely. um so definitely we'll use the patience, taking the time to really understand where the parents are coming from that come from diverse backgrounds. um and the next question is, what will you do to form partnerships with the parents? I already call home, but I definitely want to create stronger bonds and just check-ins with parents once every 2 weeks. If I'm lucky, once a week would be amazing. Just to really have a connection with them. And had created a journal to take home every day. Maybe I can send home a paper, and once a week, every Friday, the parent reports back of something awesome they did and something that they had concerns with. And then for the last question was, how might you overcome the barriers identified? The identified barriers that Anne had talked about, um, I'm looking for it. Oh, is telling if the parent says is the well, she said if the if you tell the parent their kid is doing something that would upset them. And her example was if a kid spit in their faces and they told them that, and the parent got very upset. Like, that's not possible. They didn't do that. Um, so just like getting that relationship formed between the school and the families, I think is very, very important. Um, yeah, that would be a way to overcome that barrier to create relationships with these parents that allow us to have open-ended conversations where nobody feels threatened, nobody feels taken advantage of. Like, we're all there to support this child. That is our job as the parent. That's our job as the administrators. That's our job as the teachers. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all there for. You know, we're not there to make comments about the way you are raising your kid. You're not there to make comments about the way you are teaching the kid, as long as it is appropriate for what they're learning. We're all on the same page. And if we work together, we can get so much more accomplished rather than pointing fingers and creating more issues. You know, that makes it a hostile environment for everybody to be in. So thank you for listening to my reflection. I really enjoyed this interview with Anne, and I hope you enjoy it as well.